What's up, y'all? Thanks for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen and Mentality. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below so that way you get to know when I post all of our tea talks. So this tea talk is in form of a question that came from our warrior community on Facebook. Shout out to them. I'm not going to tarry too long because it's another late night that I'm working, and you know, before I decide to go and do something different, do something else, and shut down the office, I just decided to go ahead and do a video. So, Saturday, I made it. I got the video up. Thank you. And, yeah, if you're interested in any of our entrepreneurship webinars, our Tea Talk Book Club, any of our unboxing and, self journeys, all of those are located on our in our warrior community, located on Patreon. Okay, so I'm not gonna keep y'all long. Get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that y'all sipping on, get it and bring it close. Like I said, this question comes to me from one of our fellow warriors in our warrior community. Okay, and so I like the question. I like her perspective. I love the reason why she asked the question. And she asked me something that we all need to pay very close attention to. You know how like a hurricane or like bad weather can come and completely demolish a home? You know, it can mess up the siding, it can mess up the roof. It can really put you in a bad place. It can really have you in a place where you're feeling overwhelmed. At the same time, though, put all that aside and let's talk about what's still standing. Let's talk about what is still standing up. Let's talk about what structure is still strong. Let's talk about what it is that is still there and is anchored down. And she asked me, you know, how is it you're able to stay grounded? How are you able to stay in a mindset where even though things may seem like speed bumps, they may think they slow down, the life may seem as if like, you know, it cannot go your way sometimes, but what is your anchor for you to be able to continue to grow? And I think that is an awesome question. I think that is an awesome question. I don't know who sung the song. I remember I heard it on the radio, and it said something on the lines of, you know, the house can fall down, but you know, the bones are still good. Okay, those are your anchors. That is your anchor, depending on, this is how I think of it, depending on how big your aspirations are, your inspirations are, your motivations are. It's almost like battleship. You can have a small boat or you can have a carrier. It all depends. But the bigger the boat, the bigger the dream, the bigger the goal, the bigger the achievement you're trying to, you know, gain, the bigger the accomplishment, the more anchors you're going to need to be able to get there. And I'll tell you like this, the math on that is perfect, because when I was styling back in 2013, 2014, and I was around at that time, some of the most interesting, talked about reality stars. And so when I saw how they interacted, and then I learned about different things in the industry, you will find that what the word says is true, y'all. Like, if you decide, and I did a video on this, if you notice that your bank account is increasing, but the things that are supposed to keep you structured and well-rounded and stable, you notice you're not doing those things no more. I mean, like, you used to live in church, you got a cot out in the parking lot You know what I'm saying? Like, you was really into it. You was just like, yo, I don't care if I only can eat a crumb every 40 days or 40 nights. Like, something got to be different. Something has to change. Like, you was one of those. And the next thing you know, they get into this industry where, like, literally the sun can come up and they're angry. They're mad. And it's because there's not a lot there holding them in place to say, look, if you know you're not a type of person to go out here and do A, B, C, D, F, G, but this is what they slide into you, telling you this is in the contract that you have to do, you know, you really got to make a decision. Like, is what is holding you down and what's helping you be able to grow and mature upward. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a flower. You have to be fertilized. You have to be nurtured. It's just as if, like, you have a small ship or a carrier. You're going to need more anchors, the more money, and the more you desire to achieve things. Like, point blank, period, dead ass. So when it comes down to what's grounding me, I know for certain which roots are able to help me continue to grow. I have a friend that's a nurturer like a mother, okay? Literally. I love her to pieces. I'm going to be sure, you know what? I'm gonna put it down in the description box so that way y'all can go over to her website, because my one of my besties, she has a boutique. Okay, so I'll put all that information down below so that way y'all can go and shop and see what she got going on. Okay, tell her Miss Terrell sent you. Okay, so I have one friend that, you know, we just CEO queens. Like, we build, and when we build, we thrive, and when we thrive, we succeed, and when we succeed, we celebrate, and when we celebrate, we continue to plan, we continue to keep each other accountable, we continue to check in on one another, we continue to be sure that each other is aware, like, look, this is a two-way street, friend, sis, I love you. You feel me? Like, this is what we do. And I have a friend that, you know, I have another friend that's like, yo, suck up. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you have to suck it up in order to get through it. You know? And even then, like, I can go on and on and on. But nonetheless, each root has a responsibility. Each anchor has a responsibility. You feel me? To help me float. And in the midst of all that, you know, I'm able to know certain things, to be able to move a certain way. When I moved from home to North Carolina, the tribe and the people and the village that I dealt with from here versus then is completely different. But at the end of the day, we all got the same concept. We all have the same concept. You feel me? So each anchor has a responsibility. Each chain you throw down that you want to not have bristle and broken serves a purpose as to why there are so many. So that way it's not so much stress on one person. You ever have a friend that literally every time you see him, like, because that's your, let's say for instance, like, that's your only friend, right? And the next thing you know, it's just like every time you see them, they just pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring. Like, damn, you got this dumpster truck energy going on, and I ain't got a place for it. So, you know, it's just like, it's like that. When you have just one, that's what it can feel like. Especially if that other person, that person you're claiming to be your friend, they have a plethora of friends and outlets to be able to vent to, etc. You putting it all on one person, but that other person has other people that they're friends with. You know, it can be suffocating at times. So we got to think about what and who we are signing certain things to. If you know you have one of them serious ass friends like myself that's still going to be humorous about what they say, you know, don't come over here with no negativity. Don't do it to yourself. Hey, how you doing? Ugh, day's horrible. Bitch, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I just said, hey, before we start our day in the office, we about to have a little prayer group. You want to come? It's those type things. You don't want to be around those type people. Those are anchors. You feel me? Those are crabs. Those are sharks. And when they feel period, because feeling is a process. When you encourage, feel being when you listen, feel being when you give advice to the stupid crap that they're doing, all those things, they're feeling. So they're going to feel like you're participating in the BS with them. So now you got an unnecessary anchor. And you have to figure out, where do you need it? You don't. So you got to be really careful, good and bad, what is holding you down. Okay? Good can hold you down as well as bad. It's up to your discernment. It's up to you acknowledging your worth first, you slowing down, being patient and listening second, third, and fourth, for you to be able to see what you need to break off from and what you need to keep, so that way you have the right tools and resources and humans and things in your ear to keep you going on the right track. Now, second one is this: what is helping you grow up? Lessons help us grow up. I did a video on this. Lessons help us grow up, but take the lesson learned, not the person. You feel me? We all come to a point in time where we realize we're growing up when we outgrow people. When you feel as if like it's the same old, then that's when that's a kind of part of the initiation process of you maturing and elevating, is that you feel as if like, time is really slowing the hell up. And it's like it takes forever for you to get something complete and accomplished, especially if you're entertaining and you have support from a group that's really making time move slower than what you already think it is. You feel me? Like, are you helping the process or are you slowing the process? Either way you look at it, everybody wants to grow. Everything grows. So when it comes down to what you need, you have to think of yourself as a flower. Can't shit grow from concrete but weeds. And we're not supposed to smoke those. So what's the point? Whereas you can nurture yourself, you can take care of yourself by being mindful of who's around you, what's around you, what's entertaining you, what you're entertaining, what you're encouraging, what you're supporting. I can go on, but I'm not. You get what I'm saying? So when you keep in mind those things, when you keep in mind what's holding you down, good or bad, and what's helping you grow, good or bad, that's when you realize what you need as your fertilizer in your life. So maybe you need a good old, positive group of people. Maybe you need to eat more vegetables. Maybe you don't need to be so sociable with, excited people, overly excited people. Maybe you need to take them in doses. Ain't nothing worse than a crime mob concert, all in one, walking on two legs, talking, walking, and interacting with you each and every day. Eventually, you gonna have nothing but in your head, So you just gotta think about those type things. Those are the type of things also that once you realize what your fertilizer is, what's going to motivate you, what's going to push you to move forward, that's when you start to realize, the sun is on your skin. You feel me? So that's when you have a reality of peace. You have a reality of like tranquility. You're appreciating the things that you see. You're appreciating the things that you don't see, because in due time, a season is going to start again. And when that season starts again, we also have to think about, the storms, the weather, hurricanes, tornadoes, all those type things. Holidays, everybody has a different perspective of holidays. Everyone has a different perspective of religions. So therefore, no, everybody not celebrating the same shit on the same day. Everybody's different. And so is everything that holds you down and keeps you moving. So I thought that was a really, really good question. So I got a question for y'all. What time is it? Time to go. So I'm out of here. Be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. If you're interested in any of our webinars, any of our unboxings, or anything else we have going on as far as like our book club, what may have you, head over to that warrior community. You can get in there today and see what all the tea talk is about. Other than that, I am signing off, and I will holler at y'all later. Bye.
The depths of the media sees no evil. Buildings crashing 9/11, no sake for the people. Children take to everything. Others willing to feel anything just to say they were there. Boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, domestic violence. Do you care? When the curtains close, your head hangs low. You're wishing someone was there. Just turn to me for relief. I know how you feel. I am you. You are me. We share symptoms of the black sheep. Aren't you aware?
This image, I remember howling winds, nights trying to hustle to 10 degrees, ash on my knuckles. Coke in my long john, sipping on the brisk. A tall glass of nigga, please, who get a sip of this? Coke in my long john, slave to the sin. Call me young coke there if the cops try to frisk. I may get a grip. I'm man slapping 20s, lots of tails and some shrimp. I used to bump Wayne all day as a pimp, now I'm past Wayne Drake and going in.